Welcome to Dee and Dory.
Yes, welcome. And I'm Dee.
And I'm Dory.
And we're all about thrifty sewing, having a good time with sewing, just enjoying ourselves and a little chit-chat every once in a while.
Yes, and we're in the blue today. It does not mean we're in a blue mood.
No, but our challenge was to make something blue.
Something blue. I did not make this. This is not my challenge.
That's not her challenge. This is my challenge.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So we hope you're having a wonderful week.
Yes, and enjoying the fall.
It's cool at night now. Pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. And I just put on the little heavier jammies. My hubby, though, has got the heating blanket on. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I like it cooler. He likes it warmer. So,
yeah,
you know, we manage. But anyway, yeah, it is cooler. And we've been so dry. The trees in Michigan, at least in the area where we're at, a lot of the leaves are dropping because they're dry. There's a little bit of color, but not much color yet at all.
Yeah.
So, how about you?
Yeah, we got a little bit of color.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. But
I don't think it's going to be as bright as normal because it's been too dry.
Yeah, it's been way too dry. Yeah. So, and our hearts go out to people in the South yet. With that Hurricane Helena.
Wow, I can't believe how many people have died in that and still missing.
It's terrible. It's been a terrible thing to have to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really unexpected. I mean, they knew they were going to get the storm, but not like this.
Right.
They didn't expect it to be a Category 2 going through Georgia.
I can't imagine how it is for those people who live there, because like I visited some of those places. I've been in Asheville and I look at the floods and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a store I was in. That's a restaurant I was in.
Yeah, and I had one report that I looked at said in one area they got 35 inches of rain. That's huge. And that's almost 3 feet.
The little town by Chimney Rock's totally gone.
Yeah, I feel really bad.
I was there 2 years ago.
It looks like people are helping people though, so that's a good thing.
Yeah,
but it's going to be like forever. Some of that, as the culture has been gone, it'll be gone. But some of the rebuilding will happen. But it's just a tragedy. So, but anyway, we wanted to let you know we're thinking of you, and
yes.
We know you're probably not going to see it because some places still don't have power. A lot of places still don't have power. So, but anyway.
Oh, our views might be down because there's no power.
Yeah. There you go.
That's a minor thing.
Yeah, it is.
So here's our saying.
Yes, what's our inspirational upbeat challenge? Saying.
When things change inside you, things change around you.
Oh, that is true. I truly believe that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's your viewpoint of things that can take and make everything different around you. Like I've even noticed, like if somebody's very angry with me, how I react to them can totally change.
Yes, you don't add fuel to that fire. Yeah, just keep it calm. And,
yeah. That happened on the airplane.
Is there an author?
No,
Unknown.
Just common logic.
Yeah, it's a good saying. It's a good way to think about things. If you don't like what's around you, make the change. You can make a change, and that will change.
And a lot of times it's your attitude.
Yeah, and then it actually changes others too. It can change others, not everybody, but it can. The way they respond to you is different because you've responded different to them.
Right. Hey, just a little side note. I went to an estate sale yesterday.
You did?
And
you didn't tell me.
The lady had 250 vintage hats.
Did you buy some? I'm sure.
I did. She let me have them for $3 a piece.
Oh my word! We should go back.
So I bought all the good ones.
No reason to go back then. You got all the good ones.
Isn't that crazy? I bought 11 hats.
You know what? Oh, you did. You should.
11 hats.
You should gift your sister one of those. That would look nice on her.
Yeah. That might happen. At least she can borrow one if she needs one.
Yeah, there you go. I gave you a pair of vintage gloves one time.
That's right, you did, and I appreciate that.
Don't mean she's going to give me a hat. No, but anyway. All right, let's go on with the challenge. You go first.
Oh, I go first? Okay. Mine was Kwik Sew 3125, and this is a 2002 pattern, but it is super, super easy. And it says on here, learn to sew tops and skirts. So I made the skirt. I made the longer skirt. And it was, I'm telling you, if you haven't been sewing and you're thinking you want to get into it, you should use this pattern. It's super, super, super simple. The skirt takes 2 pieces. That's it. So, yeah, easy.
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 Easy peasy.
Yes. And so,
there's no detail to it either. It's
it's just front and back and then elastic waist.
Oh, wow. There you go.
And for the elastic waist, this is the fabric I used, by the way. This is the fabric. I got the fabric off of
Nice fabric.
Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, did you?
And I also got the pattern off Facebook Marketplace.
Ah.
No, this is not Marketplace, sorry. Facebook, there's Facebook groups.
I had no idea.
Destashing. This was destashing pattern group. This was destashing fabric. I don't go on them very often because I don't need any more of them. But so super, super simple 2 side seams. And they actually have you do an overcast stitch.
Oh, on the raw edge?
On the raw edge, and then you put your elastic in there.
Yeah, that makes it even easier.
So it's super easy. If you don't have I don't have an overcast machine, but I have a foot that does overcasting, and I love it. My husband walked in and he's like, "Are you serging?" And I said, "No, that's my overcast foot on my sewing machine." So I really, really love that foot. But super, super easy. But yeah, I think it looks really good on.
It does. It's cute.
I think it's flattering.
Cute skirt.
Yeah. And I wanted to, even though last time it was too matchy. By the way, last week I had this bumblebee print.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of the comments were separate them.
Yeah,
they're both cute, but separate them. And I did that and wore the pants the other day, and complete strangers were like, "Oh my gosh, I love your pants. Oh man, I would so wear those." So thank you for that advice. I took it to heart. Anyhow, I wanted to make the top to match this, but I didn't have enough fabric.
Oh, okay.
But I have enough to make a shorter, cute little fabric that I might make for it.
Oh, okay. To go with it.
I have the I don't think I said that right.
No, you didn't.
I have a top pattern that would fit the fabric that I have left over because this one was too much.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, I really don't have much to say about it because it was super, super easy, which is what I needed this week. The problem was the fabric was only 42 inches wide.
Oh, that makes a big difference.
And yeah, if it had been 60 inches or even 45, I might have been able to, but it was only 42 inches wide.
Mm-hmm.
So I did get the skirt out of it though, and I will wear this skirt for sure. Okay. Yeah. Would you like to see the reveal?
I would, yes. Let's see.
Okay.
It is cute. That is cute. I love the outfit with the jean jacket with it. I do like that. It looks really nice.
Yeah, I thought, a jean jacket would just make
perfect
look good. Yeah.
And the kind of, what is this called? Like worn. It looks worn already.
Yeah. Yes. I have one that isn't quite. That is more of a brighter blue, I would say. But I thought this one would go better with this fabric.
It does.
And yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. This fabric, when I originally got it, I thought about giving it to you. I got it for you. But then I realized that I think these lines might have bothered you a lot.
So, well, that was nice of you.
But the original thought was to give it to my sister. But anyway.
Well, thank you for the thought.
If she ever wants to borrow my skirt, she can do that. Did I show the line?
It's not going to fit me. We are different
tie
sizes.
Tie up the elastic. So this is the line drawers.
There you go.
Oh, I'm doing it. There we go. There you go.
So you can see how simple.
You can see how simple it is. Yeah. And the skirt only takes, well, I made the longer skirt. So the skirt is skirt, 2¼ yards. Yeah. So anyway,
There you go.
that's my make. Shall we talk about yours?
Yes, we can talk about mine. I made a blouse. I wanted to make.
That is the one she has on.
Yes, the one I have on. And you'll see more of it in the reveal. I used New Look pattern 6407. Yeah, 6407. And I took and kind of mixed up the patterns like usual. So, but actually, let me see. Yeah, I did. I used the collar off of E. And I used the sleeves and the bodice. The bodice is the same for all of them. It's just the little changes. And then I used the sleeves off of C, E and C. So I hacked those two patterns together because I like the neckline like this. I don't know what that neckline is specifically. Okay. So this pattern is a 2011 pattern. And it is considered easy. I was like, back here, I was looking for easy, and it doesn't say it in the back. But it was easy. And I also had to make some other changes to this, trying to figure out the sizing because my waist is not as tiny as it used to be. I'm more like, I have, as I always say, an older woman's figure, which is more like, well, some women are able to retain their hour shape glass. I'm turning into straight down.
Really?
Pretty much, yes. Yeah.
Stovepipe?
Yeah, stovepipe. But anyhow, I will show you the pattern pieces here. And you can see I circled, I was going to use that collar with the sleeve. And if you notice, you see there's darts in the front. And there's, you can see darts in the back. Okay.
Did you put the darts in?
I did not. And the reason I didn't,
what's the reasoning?
Is because I measured the pattern and I went, oh, this is going to fit me just fine. So I put it down and then I pinned it down and then I went, now wait a minute, I have to take the darts and that's going to take up. So each dart took a ½ inch. So that would have been 2 inches.
But usually on the bodice, do you have your bodice piece here? I'll show you something.
Yeah, I was going to show you my hacking, so don't tear that apart.
Okay, sorry.
So, well, and then,
I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah. So I didn't put these darts in. These did not go in. But then the top, I do a 12 on top, fits me perfectly. So this is my 12 to the sleeve hole. And then I superimposed over it the 14 for the bottom part.
Oh.
So that's how I do it. I fold it all under and, tuck it in so I don't cut the 12, the other part.
What you did, it fits you nice, but when they have they have the line here, they have the line, that's where you're supposed to measure, right where that line is. Did you know that?
But I have my waist. The top, that was not the issue. The waist was my issue.
Oh, right. That's why you need the 14 down here. But I'm saying you could have still put the darts in.
No, it wouldn't have worked because it took up an inch on each. It took up 2 inches. What do you mean? This dart is in. The bust dart is in.
Oh, okay.
That side dart is in. You had to have that. You can.
Oh,
see.
yeah, okay.
See that
That's what I thought you took out. I'm like, wow.
No, I took out the dart in the bodice part,
okay.
which is a ½ inch for each one. So that's 2 inches.
Okay.
And that's where I needed that.
Actually, it's good that I asked that because now it makes it clearer.
Yeah, for you. And maybe other people too.
Hopefully.
But anyway, so I was kind of concerned about how that was going to look after it was sewed, but I think it looks just fine.
Yeah, it does.
So for me, I think that's a good thing to know is that if I have a pattern, and it does cut in, I'll show you on this one here. It's hard to see on that one, but on the back, it's easier to see. Well, see, and then I did enlarge it also another
Oh, I see
that much. That's the 14. I took that off the 14 pattern, but it does have a nice little curve to it. See that curve?
Right.
It's got a nice little curve, which I think is noticeable.
But you
on
didn't
me.
put the fisheye dart in.
I did not. Neither one. Neither one.
Okay.
So because I needed that space to fit.
Wow, good you figured that all out.
Well, I get extremely frustrated if I'm working hard on something and I like it and it's not going to fit me. So I need to redo my measurements. Dory's going to have to measure me, and I have to redo Annie because my figure was a little more.
Yeah, it's changed.
It has
since last
changed.
time.
Yeah, since last time. So anyway, so as you'll see, I put on I wanted the little lace because this is a blue flannel.
It's a flannel?
Yeah, it's a flannel. It's a blue flannel.
Looks like denim.
Yeah, no, it's a blue flannel because it's cool. And, you know, of course, the wrong side is this, and I wanted the bluer side. So you can do it any way you want. If you want to use the wrong side, you can. But I used the right side. So, but it is a flannel, and it sewed up really relatively easy. I did do the, put the lace on a little different. They wanted you to use lace that was not gathered, and then you measured it and you basted it so it would have like the gather stitch in it. You could pull it, and this was already gathered, so I was gonna say I just, you know, I'm like, I'm doing that. I'm not doing all that other work.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then this was really easy. I thought this was going to be hard. You'll see in the reveal. This was really easy to put on. It's one of the first things you do after you cut the pattern out is put this on.
Isn't that interesting?
And now the buttonholes. Okay, the buttonholes was a challenge again. Scrap piece of paper did not, scrap fabric making the buttonholes. It wouldn't move again. It did a little
Even though
bit.
they had it behind it.
Huh?
Behind it, like where it starts. They said put a scrap piece.
I haven't gotten to that part of the story yet. I haven't gotten there. I didn't. I didn't work with the fabric, correct. So, because someone had suggested to take a tissue paper and put it underneath it, that's what I did, and it worked perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you put it underneath the entire place where you're putting the hole.
Yeah, and you can see my little holes.
Okay.
And when I ripped it out. But yeah, it was underneath. It was underneath. I just laid this, you know.
See, we love it when you give us suggestions.
Yeah, and that worked out just perfect. Of course, I tried it on scrap first.
Yeah, of course.
To see how it was going to work, and it worked out just fine. Now,
weird.
I will say, well, because I don't know why. Yeah, it is strange. Now, I will say, I did the unthinkable. So, you know how buttonholes have the little tacking bar across? When I was cutting the buttonhole,
oh no,
I went through one. My pin, I always put a pin across there, and it wasn't down far enough. And I went, what am I going to do? Well, then I thought, what am I going to do? Okay. Well, when you do a button on, it just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it stays. And I'm like,
did you do those buttons?
I did. So the one that I did that on, which Dory can see, you guys can't, down there. Yeah. You're not going to see that. I'm sorry. But anyway, it worked perfectly. I put that over there because I thought, I'm going to have to hand stitch that back and forth and do that. I thought, why don't I just do when you're sewing on a button? I'll put my fabric under there and do the tack back and forth. Worked out great. Good. So anyway.
You could have used this for your button challenge.
I could have. I thought about that when I was sewing on putting me on these buttonholes. And, but I'll come up with another one for buttons.
Yes.
And I had one more suggestion that I wanted to say. I have a terrible time with placing the buttonhole maker at the start of where the buttonhole goes.
Oh.
It's hard to see that little mark in that little viewpoint. Viewer. You know, the little, should have brought the buttonhole maker with me. But so what I did was I took a small piece of elastic and lined it up even with that little spot. So it extended out the edges. So then I put my fabric underneath there, and I got it. I had to worry about on the edges of it lining up. It doesn't make any sense to you right now. I will explain
I
that
don't think the
later and
elastic-
show you. Well, it was just a marker. You could use a piece of paper.
Oh,
You could
okay.
use a
I
ruler,
was like,
whatever.
why do we have to have elastic?
I used elastic just because I could put the foot down and not catch it in there,
Okay.
you know, when it was sewing. That's all it was. It was just a marker. Something easy that wouldn't disturb the foot at all. And you wouldn't catch it in. If you did it right, you don't catch it in the buttonhole maker. So anyway, that's probably clear as mud. I'll have to demonstrate that and show you one of these days. Okay, let's see the reveal. Okay? Enough of
All right,
me.
let's watch the reveal.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I do want to say one other thing. I think I'll get some use out of it. It's just something unusual for me to put the little lace
Yeah,
on
it looks nice
stuff.
though. I like it.
I thought
It gave it some character.
Yeah.
Otherwise it'd just be kind of plain.
It would be kind of plain. Yeah, you're right. The neckband that's on here, I did have a challenge figuring out how to sew it on, what they meant with this. If you read you need to read the written instructions carefully for this,
Okay.
because you sew, where is it? Yeah, you sew the open part, the back part onto the back right there. That's done stitched, sewed, done stitched. It's stitched
Done
on
been
there.
stitched.
Yeah, it's stitched onto the back there, the back collar. And then this part is also stitched, but it's like a basted stitch, you know. So it took me a minute to figure that out. That was my biggest challenge on this, was figuring out how to put this on there, but it worked out good. You just follow through and you read your instructions carefully, not thinking you know what you're doing. That's it. But it was easy. Other than that, it was easy, especially since I didn't put in the darts, all the darts, but it was an easy, and I did put my sleeves in according to the
Commercial way.
commercial way. Yeah.
And sometimes you can do that.
Yeah, sometimes you can do it. And with this top, I figured I could.
Yeah.
So it didn't make a difference. So anyway, that's that on that pattern.
You know what this challenge makes me think of?
No.
Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder.
Yeah.
It's actual. It's factual. And everything is satisfactual.
Okay. She's more musical than me. I'm like, okay.
So we did some great makes.
Yes, we did. And I think they turned out great. I will use this. I will wear it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll wear my skirt too.
And it's nice and it's just warm enough for this time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I like with my little blue jean jackets. It's perfect. to
Yeah.
wear with my old
For
skirt.
this time of the year, it
Yeah.
is. Perfect. Okay, what do you got? We're going to do a
We're going
drawing.
to do a drawing for our next, not our next make, but our future make.
And since you're not sharing your hats, I get to draw.
That's perfectly logical to me. I totally get your concept.
My thought process.
Oh no, not that one.
It won't be that bad. It's a Hong Kong finish from Linda M.
Linda, I think you're the one who gave us, was it Linda or Ann who gave us the flat felled finish? Flat felled. Anyway, all right, Hong Kong finish it will be. And we're learning all kinds of things because of you guys. It's great.
It
It's good to
is.
expand our knowledge.
It
And
is.
it's
Lovely
good to
tips.
change things inside of us so that we can change the things around us. That's our saying,
That's our saying.
right? When things change inside you, things change around you. It is true. That's why sometimes when you're in a stuck rut, like when you're sewing, you have to walk away from it.
Oh, that's what I had to do with
You have
this.
to walk away
this
from a
collar.
minute. I didn't have to do that with my skirt because it's so simple.
Yeah.
But you know what? Simple sometimes is great. And sometimes you need it.
Yeah, and sometimes your simple patterns, your simpler patterns make the best little outfits, best little items, you know? So
it's all about the fabric.
Fabric has a lot to do with it. Yeah. That is for sure.
For sure. Okay, well, we hope you enjoyed this week's video. Is there anything else you need to contribute, or shall we be
Nate says hi. Nate says hi.
Yes.
He's home with Dad today,
yes.
And he had to talk to me on the phone all the way over. My hubby says he can't, when I'm home, he can't wait for me to leave. When he knows I'm getting ready to go, he goes,
this is
out.
Nate.
Yeah, this is Nate, not my hubby.
Not our hubby.
Nate goes, out, out, out. So as soon as I'm out the door, John says, he's like, Mom, Mom, Mom. And then they call and talk to me on the phone while I'm driving. So anyway, yeah, but he's a sweetie.
Okay, so have a great week. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe,
forward, thumbs up,
leave us a comment, send us your makes.
Yes, and yeah, I said forward. Friends or enemies, depends on how you like us, right? I know you never do get that. You don't like it.
I don't like having any.
Well, not us, no.
Anyway, we'll see you next time.
Okay,
bye.
Have a good week. Happy thrifting and sewing.